So last week I was just doing a little bit of research around Airport Road here in Abuja. Centenary City, as always, is a beautiful project, but I felt people needed to know what was going on in that axis more. So in case you don't know, Julius Berger currently has a $750 billion project there, in a sense that Centenary City has partnered with Julius Berger in order to do a $750 billion road construction in Centenary City. And I feel people lack the information about this. People don't really consider some of the metrics in real estate, like I always say. Real estate should be treated like an asset class, like an investment. The same way shares and stocks are being looked at by stockbrokers, this is the same way real estate should be looked at. And then you should think about how these things affect other properties close by. So the real truth of the matter is that some people cannot afford properties in Centenary City, but don't let that faze you, because there are other districts, neighboring districts besides the airport road, like the Kiami district or Kuje. And that's something people really need to consider when analyzing real estate here in the city of Abuja. So think about this way. Julius Berger is one of the prominent construction companies in Abuja and in Nigeria as a whole. And then they have partnered with an $18 billion project. So I'll give you some background check on Centenary City. Centenary City is an $18 billion project. That is almost the same amount as the Dangote refinery. It is also over 1,000 hectares. And yes, there have been a lot of delays on this project. There's been an 11-year delay. But the signing of this contract has put smiles on investors. And that's something I really need you to know. So people were doubting whether it's going to come to life or not because of the 11-year delay from 2014 to 2025. And that's something most people were kind of skeptical about. But with this new progress happening, it is sure that progress is happening here in the Centenary City. So like I said, these are metrics. So the fact that Berger has come into play in Centenary City is a metric that people should look out for. Remember, the Abuja City Walk is also along the airport road. What is the Abuja City Walk? If you are familiar with the Dubai City Walk, the government plans to model the Abuja City Walk with the Dubai City Walk. The Abuja City Walk is a $1.5 billion project over 100 hectares. And the FCT minister is the chairman in charge of the community to make the Abuja City Walk a reality. These are the metrics to note when looking at real estate here in the city of Abuja. There's a lot of development going on. And like I said, Berger has just come into play with Centenary City. You cannot afford to miss this opportunity. Nobody can. I am on a mission to make real estate look like an asset class, especially because the industry has now become bastardized and there's a lot of dogmatic beliefs about this industry we're in. Yes, like I always say, real estate is an asset class. There are metrics to look out for in terms of road, in terms of development, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of private and public projects going on. These are fantastic metrics to look out for when considering places to look at. And yes, like I said, you might have probably missed out or cannot afford projects in Centenary City, but that is not something to worry about. Look at neighboring districts, because when Centenary City is completed, the question you should be asking yourself is, people who are working there, where are they going to be living? So you can focus on now investing in residential areas around that district where people will be living in order to work in Centenary City. And so this is where foresight is very, very key when investing. It's just as how people put money in stocks because they see a future value in it. This is how real estate should be taking us. If you are somebody completely fanatical about investing in real estate here in Abuja, or if you just love knowing so much about the knowledge aspect of the Abuja real estate, do out to like this video and hit the subscribe button. I remain Bolu Atifiare, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.